When someone asks you, "What are you on, bro?" as if you're taking drugs or something, there's a very peculiar set of assumptions in that. One, that you're not functional. Two, that it is supposed to be a bad thing to take drugs. And then there's perhaps some other criteria. But focusing on those two, given that there are functional people using drugs, seeing as medicine is prescribed, and as well cannabis for various people who have jobs, that implies that being functional and being high are not necessarily mutually exclusive. Point two, given that people do in an industry work together while high, such as in cannabis manufacturing industries and, various domains of hospitality and culture and whatnot, it does imply that it's not necessarily bad if people are good to each other while all that stuff is happening. So, in that sense, too, when someone calls me out when I'm speaking philosophically in a video, much like this in English, my response, in some sense, to someone who asks what I am on would be that, yes, me gustas marijuana, pero me no gustas tú. Cuando tú Dice made, yeah, these things about what am I on. No, I don't. I take cannabis. I smoke cannabis, and I do it every day. It's legal in my country. I love it. It keeps my depression at bay. I'm functional. That's my life. You know. So I don't need people telling me that I'm off of my rocker as if they know what's going on, when clearly it's not about that. It doesn't come from a good place when they ask, "Bro, what kind of stuff are you on?" What they actually mean is that they, as a society, have certain feelings about these things, and that you, as a foreigner, someone assumed to be part of that hegemony, is exhibiting behaviors that is not, in their estimation, moral or worth having the size of ego that you do about it. And I would say that as a South African and iemand wat Afrikaans is, someone who is Afrikaans, the structure of my ego and the structure of your ego is very different. And what you would be, how can we say, supported by your insurance company in pathologizing, in using diagnostics against and stuff like that, does not necessarily count for me in the way my interpersonal reality is structured. And therefore, my taking drugs does not amount to my being infunctional or my being wrong in whatever I say by default. And my strange manner of behavior or appearance to you is also not something that you can charge me with some kind of a difference from your hegemony. I am sovereign in my own sense, and you can't, in some sense, dispute me when the content of what I espouse is factual. In that sense, you're having ad hominem issues with me personally that does not add up to, an argumentative sense of why other people should believe you and my moral ostracism from the naive sense of reception. Other people can just as well be affected in a positively valenced way instead of trying to self remunerate with things that question the integrity of the other in terms of substance abuse. No, there are better perspectives to take in this, and yeah, these are my 3 cents. Don't call my things dense, don't call me crazy, don't assume I have schizophrenia. Come with something substantive and I can respond to you, but I will not be taking this, what are you on, bro, or are you off of your meds? No. I am my own person. I am not liable to be judged in these criteria for things that don't apply to me, since you're having ideas of reference as someone far away, applying a standard that does not have purchasing power where I am and with whom I associate. Thank you.